Good morning, thank you for joining me. I hope everybody is well today. Got a weird curly bit of hair sticking out there. Why is that doing that? Can I pop it under there? There we are, that'll do. How are we all doing? I hope everybody's well. Today I have a Marks & Spencer haul and try on video for you with some of the new in for spring items. Marks & Spencer is very hit and miss these days, I find. I find their sizing a complete mystery. From underwear to clothing to outerwear, their sizing is very, very hit and miss these days, I find. So who even knows if half of these things are going to fit? I certainly don't. For anybody who's new, welcome. Thank you for clicking on the video and watching. I hope you enjoy it. I always like to say at the beginning, I am 5'3". I am about a 22 to 24 UK on the top and an 18 to 20 on the bottom. One of these things, I've got a pair of trousers and I've ordered it in a petite. Very rarely find things in a petite, so looking forward to trying those. I just hope it's not one of those situations where it very often is that us plus size people encounter, whereby if you're petite they think you're also small. Let's hope the sizing works for that. I also think Marks & Spencer pricing is not as good value for money as it once was, let's say that. I think the quality has gone down. This is going very negatively, isn't it, so far? I haven't even opened the things. I've just taken them all out of the bags. I ordered online and picked them up. And some of the prints look lovely, I will say that. That's a good start, isn't it? Haven't taken them out of the plastic yet, though, so it's very much first impressions and try on. It's not stuff that I've tried on before. The other thing that I found frustrating, and I think has been more of a thing since the pandemic, is M&S stock levels. So many things I clicked on and they were out of stock, even in the new in section of the website, which annoys me. Yeah, I clicked on the item thinking, oh, I like that, I'll order that, and it's out of stock in every single size apart from one size. You know, I find their stock levels, that they do seem to restock with things, but stuff goes out of stock super quickly on Marks & Spencer, more so than on any other clothing website I shop on, I think. I don't know the reason for this. Perhaps it's a cost thing. Perhaps they're trying to keep their costs down. I don't know. Anyway, all of that having been said, we've done 2.5 minutes and I haven't even shown you a piece of clothing yet. Oh, just before I start, I know, because it always happens in these try-on videos, someone will say, oh, I like that top you were wearing at the start. Where was that from? This is from New Look. It comes in lots of different colours. I have it in several different colours and I will link it at the top of the description box below. I will also link everything I'm going to show you today in the description box. I can't promise what the stock levels will be like because I ordered this on Thursday, I think it was. Today is Monday. At the moment the stock levels look okay for most of what I've ordered. I've just had a quick look, but it's another 2 days till this video goes live. So anyway, everything will be linked in the description box. Also forgot to say that a lot of these items I didn't choose myself. I like to occasionally do, because as a person, when you order clothes, you tend to order the same things. You tend to play it safe, don't you? So I asked a friend of mine, Karen, who was originally a viewer and has become a friend, who I message with quite a lot, to choose some items from the Marks & Spencer website for me. So a lot of these are things that she chose. I'm not sure if I can remember which. I definitely know some are ones that she chose, and I will point them out as we go through if I remember that they're the ones. I think this one is one that she chose. This is a green blouse. I'm not usually a fan of a ditzy print. However, I very much liked the colour. I love the bright green, and it's got, if I hold it up close, it's got a little pink flower in it. And I've got a jacket that picks out that pink that I thought would look really nice with it. It's the exact same pink. So this is just sort of a loose fit blouse. It's non-stretchy fabric. I'd say it's cotton viscose, I would guess. I haven't got my glasses on. Forgive me if I don't tell you all the details, because I can't. When I do the try-on videos, glasses on, glasses off to look at labels and stuff is not the easiest to add into the mix, as well as taking all my clothes off, putting clothes on, talking, and doing the pictures for the thumbnail as well. The glasses is just a step too far. But I like the look of this. I ordered this in a 24. It was £22.50, which I didn't think was too bad a price. As I said, I'm not usually a fan of a ditzy print, but just with that little pink flower, I thought with the contrast of the pink with the jacket would look really nice, and I liked the style. It's quite a nice loose fit. It's not too long. Yeah, I'm liking the look of this. Now let's just go on to the jacket briefly. The main thing I liked about this jacket was it's got the ruched sleeve. Now, anyone who watches me regularly will know that I love a 3/4 sleeve. I'm always pushing my sleeves up so they're sort of midway to my elbow. I can't bear a long sleeve. So that really appealed to me. I also love the colour. This jacket comes in a plethora of different colours. I was first looking at the cobalt blue, which is currently out of stock in my size. In fact, I think it's out of stock in every size apart from one. But I thought this was a beautiful colour as well. I'm a fan of pink. And yeah, I just thought it's slightly different for me. It's a little bit smarter than what I'd usually wear. So I thought it might be nice with some dark jeans, that top, and a little pair of ankle boots for spring. Okay, let's start with the top. I really like this. It is shorter than I would normally choose. Got an elasticated cuff, which is brilliant, so I can push my sleeves up. It feels generously sized. I like the style. It skims over everything. It does just about go over my tummy and also covers my bum, which is good. I love a V-neck as well. I think a V-neck sort of elongates you. When you're 5'3", you need all the elongation you can get. Love the colour. Despite the fact I'm not a massive fan of ditzy prints, I do quite like the print. Now let's try it on with the jacket. Okay, now I had to order the jacket a 22. My preference would have been a 24. I feel like this style of jacket lends itself a little bit to being oversized, but there was no 24 available, so I went for a 22. I think it fits okay. It's obviously an open front jacket. It certainly wouldn't shut if there were buttons, but there's not buttons, so presumably it's cut to hang like this. I love the ruched sleeve. I think the ruched sleeve is fabulous. I love the colour for spring. I think it's really nice. The combination of the two together with the little pink in the print, I think is really nice as well. As I say, this style of jacket is not something that I would normally pick, but I actually really like this. I feel quite comfortable in it. I think that the sleeve ruching makes it a little bit more casual rather than it just being a straight up and down sleeve, which I really like. But yeah, I'm pretty keen on this. I don't think I told you how much the jacket was, did I? Or not? I think I didn't. The jacket is cunningly ripped the price off. It'll be linked below anyway. Got a feeling it was like £40, maybe £45. But yeah, pretty good start. Next we have these trousers. These are a tapered ankle grazer high-rise trouser. They look more generous in the legs than I was expecting. The legs on the model in the pictures you'll see here, I think, or possibly there, I can't remember which side it goes. They looked quite slim fit. Now I ordered these in a 20 petite. They are £29.50. Actually, it's called short. I think it was called petite on the website. Anyway, regardless, it's short. These looked a little bit more coral on the website. I would say they're more of a raspberry pink in real life, but I quite like that. They've got pockets. They're sort of medium weight. They feel quite nice quality. I don't think they've got a stretch in. Maybe a teeny bit of stretch in there. And then to go with those, I picked this top. Actually, I think Karen picked this top. Did Karen pick this top? I think Karen did pick this top. This is a V-neck, again a sort of loose fit top. I didn't realise when I picked this that it's a dip back, which means it's shorter at the front, which, because I don't like my stomach on show, I don't know if I would have picked had I known that. Does look quite short at the front. I do like the sort of red, navy even, is it navy? Yes, the navy with the sort of splodgy spots, I guess. This is quite lightweight, almost a crinkle fabric, but not quite. This would be nice for summer. Again, it's got the elasticated cuffs, which is nice. And it's got a little button detail on the back there. This I got in a 22, I think because it wasn't available in a 24. And this one was 25. So let's try those and see what they're like. Right, first things first, the fit of the trousers. I hate showing my stomach, you know, so I hate showing my stomach, but they do fit nicely on the waist. They sit nicely on my waist. They feel comfortable. They're not too tight. They're not too loose. I feel like, unfortunately, the pockets are pulling them out of shape and creating a crease here. Not sure how well you can see that, but then it makes it look as though there's extra fabric sort of in the crotch area, which isn't great. They look all right on the bum there. I kind of wish they didn't have pockets. I think the pockets are not helping the shape around my hips there. They also feel a little bit shorter than I was anticipating them being. This is to me, very definitely a cropped trouser, and that wasn't really what I was hoping for. I was really wanting something sort of that sat just above the ankle, you know, like a 7/8 trouser. So maybe the petite isn't for me. However, that having been said, the amount of sort of fabric bagging down here, which I would have thought there shouldn't be in the petite, makes me think that the regular length would have even more. There's quite a lot I like about them, but there's also quite a lot that wasn't what I was wanting, really. So I don't think I'd keep them on that base. I actually think the look of them is okay. I think they look quite flattering, apart perhaps with a longer top, you know, that came down a little bit further. I think they would possibly be okay, but this extra fabric and the bagging of the pockets is not really what I wanted. The top is a 22. Considering it's a 22, it doesn't feel too clingy. It sort of goes down quite nicely over my stomach. The dip back thing is okay, that covers my bum, although kind of wish it was a little bit longer at the front. Again, it's got these elasticated sleeves, which I really like, which means I've pushed them up to 3/4 length. Yeah, I like the top, but I like the top more than the trousers, I have to say. Interesting experiment with the petite size, but yeah, I think the trousers probably not, the top probably not, because it's just that little bit shorter than I'd like it to be, but not bad. Next we have another of Karen's selections. This is a dress. Now this is by, I'm sure you all know that Marks & Spencer are now selling other brands as well as their own, and this is a fat face dress. As soon as I saw this, when Karen sent me the links over, I loved the colour and I really liked the print. I thought it just says spring, doesn't it? I also like the style. It's got a V-neck, it's got some buttons down the front, it's quite a loose fit. It's got some elastication around the upper arm there. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about that. This I got in the biggest size available, which is a 20. It's also got an S on there. Is that a 20 short? I'm guessing it must be. I don't think I ordered it in a short. It's going to be sort of just below knee length, I think, on me, but it feels like cotton. I think Fat Face does tend to use natural fibres, don't they? And I think it's lined the top. Is it lined all the way down? Hold one moment, caller. Yes, it is lined all the way down, again in cotton. Let's try this one. I feel like this isn't working for me, but it's a shame because I quite like it on many levels. I am quite high-waisted, and this waist is sitting on a wider part of me than my actual waist, and when you're already fairly wide, that doesn't help, I don't think. Or I think the length isn't great. I think just below the knee is not a great length for me. I feel a bit matronly, a little bit matronly in this. You know, it doesn't. I always say when people criticise other people's clothes, you know, criticism that's not constructive, I say clothing is all about what makes you feel good as a person. It doesn't really matter what other people think. If you put something on and you feel $1 million, you know, you should wear it. It doesn't matter about other people's opinions. But I feel like this is going to be one where you guys are going to go, oh, that's a really nice dress, I really like it on you, and there's just something about it that I don't. I love the fabric, I love the V-neck, I like the buttons, I feel like it fits nicely across here. I think the sleeves were a little bit puffy for my liking, but you know, that's being very picky. It's got pockets, it's got pockets. I want to like this more than I like it, I think is the bottom line on this one. Next is another dress. This is another of Karen's picks. Again, I just love this bright blue colour. Not quite as keen on the print on this one. This is a wrap style, and it's one of those that I'm quite fond of, that comes up at the front, has a little frill and goes down a bit at the back. Really like the colour. I'm feeling quite positive about the colour on this one. This is from the Peruna range, and I got this one in a 22. I'm hoping it's going to be generous in the fabric around the bust. The last time I tried on a Marks & Spencer wrap dress, it was built for somebody with less of a bust than myself, but fingers crossed, let's try it. Okay, let's unpick this one. I quite like this, I think. The only issue I have, and when I say this, bear in mind the way you are angled in order to get my whole body into shot so I don't have to stand a million miles away, is slightly misleading as far as the angle you can see my body at. This shows my knee where it goes up at the front. Looking straight on, I can see the bottom half of my knee, and I have arthritic knees. One is very swollen, and it's not. I just wish it was a little bit longer. I think if this dress was 2 inches longer, I would really like it. It's got the elasticated cuffs again. I love the colour, I love the print. I feel like it fits well on the waist. It's quite high-waisted, as am I, and it just does up perfectly on my waistline there, which means it's exaggerated. Apparently I've lost the will to live, or the will to speak. The ability to speak even, not the will to live. Definitely not the will to live. It exaggerates my smallest bit, which is my waist, which is great. That's what it's supposed to look like. I feel like it fits really nicely across the shoulders. It's perfect length at the back. Why can it not be that blooming length at the front? In fact, yeah, having said that, I like the ones that go up at the front. That's when they're more of a sort of mid-axi, midi to maxi sort of level or length. Yeah, I do not like my knees showing at all. So I think that I would discount this one purely because of that. In fact, if it came in a long and it wasn't longer in the body, that would be perfect for this one. But I love the colour. I think it's a really nice dress for springtime. If you don't mind a little bit of neon show, recommend this one. I think it's really nice. Also, must note that it was generously cut across the chest, not too cleavagey, plenty of fabric without there being too much fabric. So yeah, I would say the size of this is good, this one. Really like it. Right, one more to go. Right, last one. Again, this was one of Karen's picks. This is from the brand Seasalt. I didn't even know Marks & Spencer sold Seasalt, so that was a revelation to me. I very much like this pattern with the red, blue and sort of cream. I think that's nice. This is in a size 22 and it's a sort of smock dress. Fairly loose fit. It's got a ruffle around the bottom. Looks as though it's going to be around knee length. This is one that I'd probably wear with leggings, although I don't think I'll pop leggings on to pop it on today. Feels as though the sizing is going to be quite generous. Did I say I got it in a 22? I think I did. All of their fabrics are organic and stuff, aren't they? Seasalt. I can't read this, but it says it's got something. No, I genuinely can't read it, so I won't even attempt to peer at it and try. But they generally use like organic cotton and that sort of thing. Seasalt. It feels like it's cotton. I've just noticed it's actually got 2 ruffles on the bottom, or 2 tiers, I should say, on the bottom rather than 1. Right. Now I expect you're all going to say to me, "Oh, Caroline, it's a shapeless sag." But I kind of like a shapeless sag. I don't know, hang on, let's just angle you down a bit. There we are, so you can see the whole thing. I agree it is a little bit shapeless. I don't know why I'm agreeing, you haven't said anything yet. It is, but that's sort of the nature of Seasalt sort of styles, isn't it? I really like the print. as I get older, I feel like it's harder to pull off the shapeless style that I quite favour without looking, especially as a plus size woman, without looking like you're wearing a shapeless sack. Does any of that make sense? Inside my head it does. I don't think it would be one I keep, although I quite like it, because I feel like it's the sort of thing that I'm quite drawn to, but as I get older, it doesn't do me that many favours. It feels really nicely made, this. The quality of the fabric feels lovely. I like the print. I do quite like the style, but I feel a little voice inside my head is saying, although you like this, this is probably not doing an awful lot for you, which is thereby completely negating my own rule of if you feel nice in it. But yeah, something's telling me that I don't feel as nice as I think I look in it. This one, very on the fence. Let me know what you think on this one. Without being unnecessarily rude, that would be good if you could manage that, thank you. I know the vast majority of you are absolutely lovely. I'm just belting that so you can see what it looks like with a belt, although I don't think the style necessarily lends itself to being worn with a belt because it's got these tiers on the bottom, and it makes it, putting the belt on it does make it shorter than I would feel comfortable with. Because of the knee issue again. I'm absolutely not saying that women of my age should not wear dresses as short as they damn well please. They absolutely should. This is purely me, my body and my feelings about it that I'm talking about. Yes, that brings us to the end. It was a little bit hit and miss, that one, wasn't it? I'm so disappointed about the previous blue dress. I feel like, sorry, I'm just taking my shoes off, because it's much more comfortable to stand here with no shoes on than with 3.5-inch heels on, unsurprisingly. Yeah, the previous blue dress I would have kept in a heartbeat if it was just that little bit longer. I thought that was lovely, flattering. That was my, notwithstanding the length, that was my favourite piece. All that. No, I did like the pink jacket, the very first outfit, the green ditzy print top with the pink jacket. I really felt nice in that. I think that was a really nice going out for the girls for lunch in springtime type of outfit. Yeah, that was probably my favourite. The blue dress next, I just wish it was a little bit longer. The rest of it today, probably not so much. It's a shame that the trousers didn't work better than they did on me. But it's always fun to try, isn't it? As I said, I will link everything in the description box below. And I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.